So, you know what's crazy? Even though Stormfront is a full-blown Nazi racist, Homelander still finds a way to be more creepy and disturbing. It's kind of miraculous. So before we talk any of the episode, please subscribe to the channel. Some of the videos are getting a lot of views. We would like to get equal amount of subscriptions. Please subscribe to the page. Everybody is welcome. If you're watching on Facebook, please stop scrolling, hit the follow button. If you like what I'm talking about, come back and watch more videos. If not, just keep scrolling. It's all good. I don't take it personal. Now, I must say, if you've been watching my videos on The Boys, I was right about a number of things. I had one of my friends who was in the comments letting me know, hey man, you was right about a lot of stuff you talked about. Mainly being Stormfront has a super sinister plan and she's a super duper hardcore racist. Man, I wasn't really expecting that, but at the same time I had another comment who had kind of spoiled things for me and said, you know, the counterpart to Stormfront was a Nazi era racist. And they just wanted to see how they would change things for the show. I was interested to see how they would change things for the show, and I'm still kind of wondering where is her plan gonna lead to with these supers in the mental hospital. Like, what is the plan? Because I feel like the plan is setting up to backfire and backfire gruesomely. Speaking of the word gruesome, this episode to me was it was up there as far as like the blood, the guts, the nastiness. It was pretty high up there. Not nearly as disturbing as some people would expect me to call it. And I would say that mainly because I know the show, I know the characters, and not only that I know them, but I'm on board with it. I knew this is where things could go as far as like the gross stuff when people got their advanced screenings of the season. So I knew very well things could get nasty. In this episode, to me, things got real nasty. They started out smushing the dude's head and then doing a sex scene, like, ugh, just no class. Then you have the vomit of acid, you know, on Lamplighter, which was, ugh, that was pretty gross, the way that played out. You got the one super who can just explode people and do things with her mind, like she ripped the doors off. Cool scene, but you know, she did explode quite a few people. And then you have the moment with MM and the large penis just busting through and choking him out, which was, it could keep a person up at night. But I thought it was cool that, you know, they're doing all the weirdest things that you can imagine they would do on a show like this. Another point that I was very much right about is that Homelander is and always will be the worst person on the show. I thought that maybe Stormfront could overshadow him with the racism, but her is kind of like just more misguided leadership. To me, at least that's what it feels like. Maybe, I don't think the character is going to be redeemable by any stretch of the imagination, but maybe at some point we might understand why she thinks how she thinks. Obviously she was smitten with the original Vought person and just followed him blindly, but Homelander, man, he just still can just put on the creepiness. When he was sitting there waiting for her to come back 20 minutes in, you could just see from the moment she made him wait, he was just ready to have a meltdown there. And it was awesome that, you know, they didn't show it, but they just cut to it and we knew, like, oh, he lost it, and he burned the whole trailer because he was so angry. Like, this dude has zero chill. The actor just plays it so well, and so much about the show is centered around him and just being unhinged and being just way too strong. But I like it. Now, talking about the wider episode and things that happen away from Homelander and Stormfront, Frenchie, Mallory, and Lamplighter, that storyline just brought the emotion, man. I was so engaged in it. I love the backstory on Frenchie, and now we know that he's not just a person who throws himself into like Kimiko and a pretty face, but this dude is truly committed to people. Even though he's horrible as a person, he's still committed to people. That he left his assignment to check on his friend who was currently ODing at the time. To see that he punished himself every day for the death of Mallory's grandchildren. Even Lamplighter, not really a likable character when you first see him, but then you learn even he's punishing himself, which is, you know, somewhat of a redeemable quality. I have to say, if I had to pick where direction of the show is gonna go, this is what I hope to see. I hope to see the boys interact with that one inmate of the psych ward who got out, and also kind of co-opt Lamplighter as well, and you slowly start to build a little coalition of superpowered people to kind of work with the boys, because we saw in this episode Butcher kind of turned the corner. Like, he didn't shoot Starlight when he really wanted to, although he did shoot the other superpowered person. He starts to garner a little respect for her, and maybe he's starting to tolerate superpowered people. So I'm hoping, hey, they can run into some of these superpowered folks, and even using Lamplighter as a way to redeem him and say, hey, we're gonna co-opt you all. Welcome to the boys. Welcome to the gang. Let's go get these people. That would be nice if they did it. But I feel like even if they do take steps toward that, I think the company of Vought is just so well at spinning things and using PR that they will probably find a way to make the boys look like the bad guys, and to spin it and make the public feel like we need Vought, we need superheroes. That's just what I think is gonna happen. Maybe that's a long-term thing, maybe that's a season 2 thing, I don't know, but that's kind of where I feel like things are gonna go. Maybe they'll get a band together to go against Vought, take down a few heroes, but ultimately Vought will not be trifled with on a national stage. And that's just my thoughts. Anyway, if you have any thoughts about the show, please leave them in the comment section. Let me know what you think and where you think the show is going to go to in these last few episodes. I thought this episode was great, probably the best one of the season so far, with the balance of action, emotion, gruesomeness, a little bit of comedy, reveals. There was so much that was good about it. I enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed it too. Enjoy yourself. Guard your heart from the gruesomeness that we see here. But still try to enjoy yourself if you feel like you can stomach it. And come back and see me on another video.